With infinite universes, there also exists multiple possibilities to discuss. But some possibilities are too small to really expand upon in the world of fiction. So, welcome everyone to the lightning round of this What If series, where I talk about possible scenarios that are too small to give a full video on. Like always, these aren't me saying I could do a better job than the original, nor are these perfect. So if you disagree / have issues with my interpretation, let me know in the comments. So, yeah, with that said, here we go. Scenario number 1. What if Gallade turned back into Gardevoir? This one was what inspired me to do this kind of video because looking at it in context with the rest of the season and series, this really doesn't leave much of a lasting impact as I initially thought it would. First off, Gallade / Gardevoir mentioned earlier in the series that they were on a waiting list for transitioning, so this scenario gets a little bit more complicated in terms of discussing what happens in it. Do they stay as Gardevoir for the rest of their life, or is it temporary and Gardevoir goes through their transition later on in life? For the sake of the video, let's go with the former. So, Gallade turns him back into Gardevoir, tells Lopunny about it, and explains why she made the decision that she did, but in this scenario, she'll also tell Lopunny something else. When making her decision, she looked back on aspects during her time as both Gallade and Gardevoir, and realized that she liked a lot of physical / mental and emotional aspects of both, and that's when it hit her. Why should Gardevoir be associated as a boy or a girl? And in the end, yeah, after all that's happened to Gardevoir up to this point, Gardevoir could come out in this scenario as non-binary. So, how does this affect their game after this point? Well, not much really changes. Gardevoir still has their bond with Lopunny and Lapras like in the canon, and it's still possible Gardevoir and Lapras could be a couple in this scenario, since Lapras did identify as bi, and Gardevoir / Gallade seemed to be cool with dating Lopunny for a bit in the original music series. So, yeah, not much would change in the grand scheme of things, except instead of using a Gallade sprite, it's a Gardevoir that goes by they, them. But what does this mean for Resort? Gardevoir in that season is the daughter of Lapras and Gallade, so how does that happen now? Well, if Gardevoir and Lapras don't work out, then Gardevoir and Lopunny could potentially fall in love and have Gardevoir that way, while eventually adopting the kids they adopted in the original over time. And if it does work out with Lapras, then, I don't know, fucking magic shit. That's what I did with Butterfree and Jirachi from the first season to have their kid. As for Season 5, yeah, not much would really change there, except instead of using a Gallade spread, I would use Gardevoir and, well, the they-them pronouns. So, yeah, that's basically it for that scenario. Sorry if it wasn't that long of a topic, though. I don't really have a clever segue for the next one, so let's just get into the next one right away. Scenario number 2. What if Kirlia from Abandoned didn't quit? Yeah, we have another Abandoned what if, but unlike the Munchlax one, this will be quick, because as of this recording, there is no episode after the one where Kirlia quits / leaves, so there's not really a point in assuming what could happen when the creator hasn't finished the series yet. And things could dramatically change in Abandon at the drop of a hat, so it would make my predictions of future events kind of worthless. Alright, so the original situation would play out the same for the most part, up to a point. We'll get to that in a minute. Kirlia gets injured. Bisharp doesn't Medivac her, and Kirlia considers quitting. Now we get to the change. Instead of quitting, Kirlia decides she's going to stay and work through the pain. Will it be easy? No, but she'll give it her best. So, alright, who goes home then, since Kirlia doesn't quit here? Well, the original plan was for Lucario to play as idle and vote for Espeon, thus exposing Espeon's alliance, so that's what would likely happen if Kirlia stayed. Espeon would just get the fucking boot. Or Lucario would be a dumbass and not play as idle.
I've lost my ring as dumbest survivor ever.
Oh wait, no, this is Lucario, of course he'd play it. What am I saying? But for the sake of making this segment a bit longer and not a quick one, let's go full fanfiction here a moment and write up a different elimination. Lucario plays idle and save himself, but here's where the change comes in. Espeon is in the bottom 2 thanks to Servine and Lucario voting for her, but it's not just Espeon at the bottom here. Servine is with her, as well as Duat. So what happens? Well, Espeon's alliance and some other players in this fanfiction split some of their votes between Lucario and Servine since they were both threats, and they theorized, hey, one of them might have an idol. So, yeah, Lucario's idol would effectively be rendered worthless since he won't be able to save his partner in crime if she gets the most votes.
Dumbest survivor ever.
And, turns out that might be the case because Lucario only got 3, and none of them counted, so now that leaves the now bottom 3. So, who got the votes to leave? Well, let's take a look. Servine got a vote. Espeon, followed by Servine, followed by Espeon, followed by Servine, followed by Dewott. Yep, Dewott gets a vote, followed by Espeon, and Dewott gets the remaining 4 votes. So, yeah, Servine barely stays, Dewott gets the boot, and the Lucario gets screwed over with this plot slash fanfiction in a sense. Okay, enough of the stupid fanfiction idea. Let's get back to some realism about a Pokemon series based on a Survivor parody. It's serious shit. Again, if Kirlia didn't quit / leave the game, it's very likely Espeon would have gone home if Lucario did play as idol, so yeah, that's about it for that scenario. Finally, we have scenario 3. What if Delphox made it to the final 3 instead of Ninetales in Total Pokemon Resort? Since the final 4 elimination in Resort was super close, it could have resulted in either Delphox or Ninetales going home, so for this scenario, we'll say Delphox was just a little bit quicker and Ninetales goes home. Ninetales would likely take it well, since it was ultimately a close race, and as a result, she would wish Delphox luck, and then we get to the final tribal, and this is where the question comes in. Would this change as a result of Delphox getting to the end? Well, yes and no. Yes, in the sense that Delphox would get more votes than Ninetales, since Butterfree and Ninetales would vote for him here, but no in the sense that it would change the winner, because despite Delphox getting 2 votes here, Luxray would still get enough votes to win the season. It would basically be like, I think it was like 4-2 here then, because I think there was like 8 jury members last I checked. The wish, however, between Ninetales and Delphox would remain the same as the original, and by the time we get to Retro vs. Modern, Ninetales would compete over Delphox so that she could have a second chance to get to the finals, and like the original, she would win in a close vote. So, yeah, that concludes this lightning round of what ifs. Hopefully next time I'll have a longer one than this. Maybe the next video won't be a what if, but we'll see what happens. Until then, thank you all for watching, and take care.